The script is dated December 17th, 2001.
Wow.
Third draft. Just take yourselves back. Imagine what you were doing back then. Maybe you were your mother's room. But close your eyes, imagine some opening credits, because this is Invader ZIM, Mopiness of Doom. And I'll be reading the stage direction, sorry. Exterior, Zim's neighborhood, night. Dib chases Zim down the street. Dib has almost caught up with Zim as he turns towards his house. Right before he gets to the gate, Dib jumps in front of him, holding up a spooky-looking talisman.
It's over, Zim! There's nowhere left for you to hide.
What about my house?
Oh, yeah, I guess you could hide there. Hey, wait, no! Stay where you are!
Or what? You're gonna stop me with your oven mitt?
It's not an oven mitt, you lizard! It's a genuine freezing talisman! There's no way you'll escape its power.
Your loony parachuting powers don't scare me, Dib. All it does is make you look stupid.
It's paranormal, and you're wrong. It makes me look cool. Now, take this.
Dib cavorts like he's afflicted with something horrible and moronic. The talisman sparks out with a display of confetti and some feeble floating bunnies.
That was sadder than I expected.
I knew I shouldn't have shopped at that wizardry store at the mall.
Dib bitterly looks up from his talisman and is taken by surprise when the floating bunnies, possibly angered by Dib's remark, attack him. Dib rolls and wails as the bunnies gnaw. Zim gestures to Dib that he's going into his house now, and when Dib doesn't respond, Dib just walks inside. Interior membrane kitchen night. Dib walks in, gloomy, with one bunny still attached to his head. He pulls it out and tosses it out the window. Professor Membrane sits at a table working on an experiment. The professor sternly stares at a kitten, occasionally tapping it with a spoon, then jotting down some notes. Membrane notices his son's sorry appearance. Oh, incidentally, part of Professor Membrane tonight will be played with stunning, eerie accuracy by Melissa Fawn.
Son? I detect you're not happy about something. Dad, is it okay if you change what you want to do with your life? Well, of course. There's nothing wrong with changing your mind, son, unless you're me, because I'm a scientist. I've always wanted to be a scientist, and I am good at being a scientist. Yes, but what about me? I mean, you think maybe I should give up my lifelong dream of being a paranormal investigator? Of course I do, son. Of course I do. I know you wouldn't be able to resist the allure of real science.
Membrane quickly taps the kitten one more time. The kitten sprouts cybernetic attachments, fires lasers from its eyes, and flies out of the room.
Success! And they said it couldn't be done.
Membrane runs towards the kitchen, runs from the kitchen after the kitten. Kitten in the kitchen, he runs away, you get it, the cat. Lasers and meowing emanate from the other room. Tiff holds up the spoon, contemplates. Real science. Interior school cafeteria the next day. Zim is in the middle of attaching the metal cage-like contraption onto Gretchen as Dib approaches. Zim cleverly puts his back to Gretchen in an attempt to hide his work.
You are covered in lies, human Dib!
I didn't say anything.
Clever?
You don't have to worry about me anymore, Zim. No more werewolves or Nosferatus or stupid, idiotic, moronic green aliens who are stupid and bent on taking over the world for me. I'm gonna be like my dad, and I'm gonna study real science.
Zim eyes Dib suspiciously, then, satisfied, raises his arms victoriously.
Victory!
He rattles Gretchen's cage, furiously jostling her around. He roars and laughs like a lunatic.
Victory! Sweet victory for Zim! The human has been defeated by...
Zim notices the crowd of onlookers he has attracted.
By the other human, that is me!
crowd looks away, satisfied. Zim turns to resume his dib taunting.
And I shall always beat you, Dib. Oh, hey.
Zim's walked away.
Where's the stink boy going?
Interior Membrane's home lab that night. Membrane and Dib wearing a white trench coat now, is busy at work. Membrane looks at a file.
Son, your calculations are flawless. Excellent work. I can't tell you how happy it makes me to have you working right alongside your amazing father.
Thanks, Dad. Hey, I've been working on a new theory involving replacing human blood with tiny coffee beans.
As they talk, Zim, disguised as a lab technician, listens in. He stands with the other scientists, looking very conspicuous.
That's fascinating, son. I once conducted a similar study, but there were laws against those particular methods.
Dad, I just want you to know that I really like working with you, and I'm sorry I wasted all that time chasing vampires and stupid aliens.
Now, son, that's all behind you. Tell me about this blood theory of yours.
Dib excitedly shows his dad his work. Angle on Zim, looking confused, and perhaps a bit scared. Exterior, Zim's house later. Zim runs out of his house, holding a computer printout above his head.
I've done it! Zim has done it! Using my new plan, Earth will bow at the superior feet of Zim! Who dare stop me? Who? Hey!
Zim looks around. The street has never been quieter. Deflated, he heads back in. Interior Zim's living room continuous. Zim enters, listless. Gurr sits on the couch watching TV.
Any calls?
I call you a monkey. You a monkey! Zim shoots Gurr a nasty look and hears the sound from outside. He perks up as he hears meowing outside the window.
That cat sounded like Dib!
He sees it's just a cat.
Hey, it was just a cat. Oh, well, it's all for the best. Without the boy nuisance around, I can conquer the world in peace. I admit it was fun to repeatedly humiliate Dib, but... off to conquer.
Zim heads to his lab, but something on the TV catches his eye. After a moment of watching, he sort of half sits on the arm of the couch. A hamburger slaps Zim on top of his head. He looks up to see a huge hole in the ceiling stuffed with hamburgers. Gurr notices and looks up. Oh, yeah! I made that! Don't tell no one where I hid them. Zim looks angry for a millisecond, then shrugs and goes back to watching TV. You gonna yell at me now?
Yes. What did you say?
He said, you gonna yell at me now?
Nah, maybe later.
Gurr looks stunned. He slowly backs out of the room. Interior Dib's room, the same time. Dib's at his desk, looking through a microscope and taking notes. Gaz, TV guide in hand, enters, very suspicious.
Hey, why aren't you downstairs irritating me and trying to watch mysterious mysteries on the big TV?
I only watched that show when I was a kid, Gaz. Those days are behind me.
Gaz eyes Dib like he's lost his mind. She holds up the TV guide, the cover of which shows a fanged donut.
I'm not falling for this, and there's no way you can resist the vampire donut special they're showing tonight.
Dib looks interested, reaches out for the TV guide. Membrane walks by and peeks his head in.
Just wanted to congratulate you, son, on another day of excellent work in the field of legitimate science.
Dib, with much internal struggling, looks back and forth between the donut and the picture Gaz holds up. And finally, his dad looking from the door, finally he settles on Dad.
Thanks, Dad. Real science.
That's my son.
Membrane gives Dib the thumbs up and walks off. Dib grabs the TV guide, throws it in the trash, and continues working.
Something isn't right here.
Meanwhile, interior Zim's living room, another day. Okay, not meanwhile. It's another day. Zim sits on the couch, watching TV. He's surrounded with magazines with Dib and Membrane on the covers. Gur strolls in wearing a fedora.
And how was school today, son? Didn't go to school today. Don't have to anymore. What's the point when... No! Look at me! So Dib's not trying to destroy me anymore. Big deal! I won't grow lazy and pathetic just because I have no mortal enemy anymore! I am Zim! And Zim shall rule!
2 minutes later, Zim takes up the whole couch, now covered in filth, and for some reason wears a white tank top.
How you doing?
Gur looks shocked. The front door is wide open. In the background, kids play with a ball.
Yep. Watching TV is just as good a form of research as any.
Zim stares into an empty bowl and shakes it. He looks like he almost cried.
Zim is all out of snacks. Why? Why does everything want to hurt Zim?
Gur.
I don't know.
Oh, we all know. Gur stares longingly at the couch. I miss you, couch. I miss you so much. Meanwhile this time, at Membrane Labs, Dib pours liquid into a beaker.
Okay, 3 parts nitro and... Hey, I wonder where Zim's been lately. He hasn't been at school in weeks. Oh well, it doesn't matter anymore. Everything's changed. Except for me talking to myself, of course. It's still the same.
Gur bursts in, hysterical.
Listen to me, Mary. He needs you, Mary. You two such good friends, like hot dogs. Please hunt my master again. Couch!
Gur goes into a wild crying jag and throws himself on the floor.
I'm sorry, Zim's evil. As cute as you are, I'm sorry, Zim's evil robot dog thingy. I'm not going after Zim anymore. I have a different life now. I'm happy. And no one laughs at me for being weird. Thank you.
Oh. Gur picks himself up and then immediately falls back to the floor bawling. He then laughs all crazy-like and flies through the ceiling. Dib looks annoyed. Membrane enters.
Everything going well in here, I trust?
Yup. Here are my latest calculations.
Dib hands his dad some calculations.
Very good. Nice. Ah, splendid. And what? How can this be?
What?
This formula is incorrect. Here, on line 4062, you used a sine when you should have used a cosine.
Oh.
This is obviously a cry for help. What is it, son? Can you tell me?
I'm fine. I just...
Come on, son. I can tell you're not happy. If something's troubling you, just do whatever it takes to fix the problem. It's the scientific way.
Well, you're right, Dad. I feel empty inside. This real science bores me to death. Maybe I'm not really doing what I was meant to do, because what I was meant to do was catch me that alien.
lashes out. Professor Membrane bangs his head on the table. Exterior Zim's house, later. Dib races up to Zim's door and knocks on it.
Hey, it's open!
Dib throws open the door and sees Zim in a robe and slippers lying on the couch. His eyes are closed and he's covered in Cheetos and rats. Gur sits on the floor looking at photos of himself on the couch.
Hey, shut the door, Gur. You're letting out my new sick couch smell.
I'm back, Zim! And I've renewed my pledge to expose you and get the alien menace you are! Get up and face me!
Zim pushes a watermelon rind off of him and sits up. He squints at Dib like an old man and, now pudgier than before, waddles over to him.
Hey, Dib? Is that you? Is it really you? You're back to your old self?
I sure am, you ugly space monster!
You have no idea how happy that makes me. You revolting little worm! Yeah!
Zim whips out a strange Irkin device and traps Dib in a levitating bubble. The bubble follows Zim towards a rising elevator.
I'm gonna destroy you now!
Yeah, you just try!
I am going to liquefy your organs!
I'd like to see that!
Zim and Dib... Put on the puppeting.
That just happened.
Online ZADR things on this.
Zim and Dib vanish down the elevator as Zim laughs maniacally. Gur wipes a tear of joy off his eye. Meanwhile, interior Membrane's lab. Membrane is banging his head on the table. Gaz walks by and watches.
Where did I go wrong?
All is right in the world again. Stupid world.
Membrane just keeps banging away. The little cyborg kitten pats him on the shoulder, trying to comfort him. The end.